Alright, I'm probably a little bit late with this one. The raid's already been out and completed. I know because my guild competed in it and we got prizes already, so... And two, this says November 15th. And today is, what, the 22nd? Overall, my point is I don't really know how I missed this. I'm usually pretty on top of checking the forums, but somehow this must have just been mixed in with the rest of the stuff, because there's been a lot of, like, hot fixes and stuff. Things I didn't really care about. Well, didn't really care about making a video for. You know, it's just a quick little, oh, we were aware of this issue and it's fixed now. You know, I'm not going to make a video over that. But anyways, regardless, you very well still could possibly learn something from this. Maybe you're in a guild that's not quite at this level yet, so there's still some weight to make this video, I suppose. So let's get into it. Speeder Bike Pursuit Q&A. Will the raid have the same scrolling background as the Layer Speeder Bike tier? That must be from her GL event. I have no idea what that's like because, well, I'm not there yet. I'm sure a lot of you listening to this aren't there yet either, so we're all in the same boat. Anyways, will there be an option to disable the scrolling? Well, disable 2 scrolling. Myself and others have had complaints about getting motion sick during the Lay event, tiers as sure as they are, and it would be unfortunate to be subjected to the same thing 8 times per week for approximately 9 months. As of right now, the background for this environment is not something that can be disabled. We understand your concerns and will be monitoring closely as the raid becomes accessible. I don't fully understand the people in their motion sickness. It's kind of weird. It's like, it's just a small screen. How are you getting motion sick? I mean, geez, if anything, all you gotta do is put it on auto and look away. Problem solved. I feel like they're making this more of an issue than it needs to be. Or just try to focus on, like, you know, the attack section only. Don't look at the whole screen, just look at your attacks. It's kind of like Guitar Hero. You know, Guitar Hero has your riffs that you need to hit, but it's got stuff going on in the background. But when you're playing the game, you're not paying attention to the stuff going on in the background. You're just paying attention to your incoming riffs. So just pay attention to, like, the moves, you know, and what you're going to choose next, and you should be fine. Is speed based purely on the unit and not their mods? What about unique abilities? Speed will still take into account the character's mods and any gains that they get from their unique abilities. Is there any hero of this raid like Beskar Armor Mando was for KDR? What? Hold on. Crate Dragon Raid. So this is saying, is there any hero of this raid like Beskar Armor Mando was? What did Beskar Armor Mando do for that raid? I never knew he had anything special associated with it. I always just put him under a Mando lead. The only one that I thought was something special was Jabba. Just like this one is Leia. I don't know. Anyways, there is not a hero unit for the Speeder Bike Pursuit raid. What is the hero unit? I didn't even know that. That's kind of disappointing, because my guild's probably never going to do a Crate Dragon raid again. We're just going to stick with Leia, which is fine. You know, we want to get the MK3, or whatever the currency's called, Tier 3 stuff. But I didn't know that Beskar Armor Mando had anything special. I would have liked to have known that, so I could have tried to experiment with it and, you know, maximize my output. Oh. Anyway, what are the relic requirements for each level? The same as the crate. That makes sense. Why would it be anything different? Can you explain more about how team synergies are supposed to work? What makes one team better than another? That's a good question, because now that the things already happened, I feel like there's a couple things missing from this raid. I don't think synergies matter. Like, you know, normally you want to run a rebel team that's full of rebels, or a Jedi team with Jedi or something. You know what I mean? You don't want to take, like, this random separatist character and put him with this random droid, and then put another random, you know, you want to have good synergy. And I don't think synergy matters at all, because one perfect example is Jedi Knight Luke. He has nowhere to go. There's no other Jedi but him. And I don't think they artificially give him, like, a rebel tag or anything. He has the same exact tags as always. So it's like, he would have no synergy, but he's a good character. So that's one thing. And the second thing is, I don't think leader abilities even matter in this raid, which is kind of weird. But the way it works, I don't think that really matters. You're just driving a speeder trying to shoot the Empire characters in front of you. So, let's see what they have to say about good teams. There are a few things that go into making one team better than another. Your squad choice should take into account the faction modifiers you'll be using, the difficulty you intend to face, and the passive bonuses provided by your unique abilities and mods. All of these things combined result in some squads performing better with specific defeat types than others. We highly encourage you to try various squads and play styles to really get a feel for how they all play. Yeah, I don't know. Because, like I said, when I did it, it was just weird. It was like the synergy didn't matter. You could have put any three characters, and just let them go, and you get the same output versus if you tried to do synergy. Same as if you put a character with no leader ability. Makes no difference. So, I don't know. I don't know if synergy really matters. This raid doesn't seem like it would matter just because of how it works and the weird mechanics and stuff. I don't fucking know. How will individual gear levels affect the raid? Higher gear means higher stats, means higher bonuses from statistical rework. Okay. Any features you might have wanted to implement but couldn't? Oh, tough question. This raid is a significant amount of new to Swigo. New mechanics, new tech, new environments, and functions. It can be difficult when working on a feature as large and as different as this one to ever feel like you're ready to stop tweaking values or coming up with things that can be added to make it an even more novel experience for you all. So yes, there were definitely things that we weren't able to implement that we hope to see still find some value in other features down the road. So they had more ideas but cut some of them. That's cool, I guess. You know what I mean? Now they get some stuff in the bag ready to go for next time. How will the time commitment compare to Crate now that we have 8 attempts instead of 5? Our goal with this was to try and keep the attempt length for the speeder bike pursuit raid a bit lower than that of Crate in an effort to keep the overall time commitment around the same. Additionally, this raid will run half as often as Crate. Wait, run half as often as Crate? So does that mean you could do one of these raids and then sneak in a Crate raid and then go back to this one? Other thing I think, though, is seriously, the raids are way too long. I think you get like 3 days total. That's way too long. Put it this way. On territory battles, you get 1 day. Grand Arena, you get 1 day. I mean, for like attack phase, you get 1 day. Territory War, you get 1 day to do your attack phase. I'm just saying attack phase stuff. So those are all 1 day. Yet, the raids are 3 days long. We don't need fucking 3 days. It's just like Galactic Challenges. We don't need 3 days. 1 day is perfectly sufficient. A lot of times, Galactic Challenges, you literally can get done in 5 minutes. What do I need a whole entire day for to do something in 5 minutes? You know, never mind 3 days. That's just... you have a max crate and you gotta wait for almost 3 days, you know, because it took you 5 minutes. So you're waiting 2 days, 23 hours, and 55 more minutes now before you can get your prize. It's just ridiculous. Same as this raid. Or these raids, I should say. The crate and this one, Forest Moon, or whatever the heck it's called. Speeder bike raid. Like, you don't need 3 days. The crate raid would take me, what, half hour tops? Same as the speeder bike one. I think the speeder bike one actually went faster than the crate one, even though there's more tiers, you know, there's 8 tiers versus 5. I think it went a little faster. We don't need 3 days. If you can't get in on 1 day to do this, well then, A, you need to try to focus on your game, not focus on your game more, but, you know, pay attention more. Or B, like, well, that's your problem. That you missed out. So anyways, I say all this because even though this thing here says that they tried to make it the same length as Crate, I'm pretty sure they did something that, like, increased the time a little or something, and it's just ridiculous. We don't need that much time, it's annoying. When looking at the list that you provided us, I noticed that a few characters... What? Hold on. I noticed that a few characters that were on Ender were not listed. Was there a reason for this? Primary examples: Papa Palp, R2, and Vader. Certain models didn't work, translated to being on a speeder bike. As Edna said, no capes, robes. Edna from Incredibles. She always said no capes because she was talking about all the heroes that had capes and how they died horribly. So in this case, they're making jokes about robes because Papa Palp. I mean, he's the only one that has robes. R2's naked, and Vader is, he's kind of got like a little half cape type thing. R2 would actually look goofy on a speeder bike too. He's too rigid. I mean, Papa Palp would too, but at least he's a human, so like, you know what I mean? He has legs like he go around and stuff. Will the Crate Dragon Hunt raid also get this new raid schedule? Yes, it also has the new raid cadence and updated rewards to match. Yeah, I think the Crate Dragon actually got something cool though. Like, it lost the MK3 or whatever the heck it's called currency, because now that's in the Leia raid. But as far as the other two currencies, the MK1 and 2, I think it doubled. So like if you used to get 8,000 currency for MK1, let's say, now you're gonna get 16,000. As far as the what's it saying, the new raid cadence? So they talking about how often the raid comes up, because, you know, like before I said, oh, so that means you could do speeder bike, then do crate, then come back to speeder bike. So I guess not. They're on the same schedule, so it's either or. You can't kind of sneak in the other one. When the mod section refers to physical evasion, does that mean the dodge stat listed in character stats? Yes, it does. I mean, on the surface, that seems like a dumb question, but then when you think about it, it's a solid question, actually, because it's just something double-checking, like, is dodge physical evasion, or what do you mean? So I guess it's a decent question. Speaking of JKL, does he count as a rebel, or, my personal theory, is he a hero, like Bam in Crate Raid? JKL gets the rebel tag as a part of this raid. Speeder Bike Pursuit doesn't have a dedicated hero character like KDH has. Two things. One, again, I didn't know there was anything special about Beskar Armor Mando. It's kind of frustrating. I wish I did. And two, did JKL get the rebel tag? I'm pretty sure I checked him out, and it didn't say that, unless it showed me... Unless when I checked out his stats, it kind of brought me to the actual character. Maybe that's what happened. And I was just thinking because I clicked on him in the raid that it was showing me, like, the raid version or whatever. I didn't know he'd get the rebel tag. I guess that gives him some synergy now. Because otherwise he would, like I said, he would have been the only Jedi, which means he has no synergy at all in this event. Anyways, these Q&As are kind of getting weird. Because they started out spotty, you know, when they were a new thing. It makes sense, though, that they were spotty. And then they kind of started to pick up, and they became more regular. And then, like, now they're kind of spotty again. It's weird. Like, we have a speeder bike Q&A, but we didn't get a Q&A for IG-12 in Grogu. We didn't get a Q&A for, what was the other character that recently came out? Oh, I don't think we got one for Beskar Armor Moff Gideon. I still think there's one other character, but like we haven't been getting one for everybody recently. So it's kind of weird. I don't know what's up with this. Unless those other ones, there just wasn't enough questions. Like maybe people just kind of understood well enough from what they were given. And so CG didn't see it as valid to post, let's say, 2 questions or something. I don't know. But anyways, here's one of these that we haven't really had in a while. And that's all I got for this one. So thanks for checking this out. And until next time, I said see ya.